Is Twitter a publisher?
Is Twitter a publisher?
Yes.
No, we are not. We distribute information.
Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey testifying before the Senate on Tuesday, alleging that the tech giant has not participated in censoring or suppressing conservative voices, but then he says this.
More than a year ago, the public asked us to offer additional context to help make potentially misleading information more apparent. We did exactly that, applying labels to over 300,000 tweets from October 27th to November 11th.
So which is it, Jack? Twitter is or is not a platform that we have to all treat as such? Well, joining us now to talk about it is Nicole Arbour. She is the host of the Nicole Arbour Show, and you know her from her over 1 billion views on TV. That's a lot, billion with a B. So there you go.
Yeah,
good to see you.
Online.
Online, I meant online. Yes, thank you. So you understand the world of the interwebs. We've got Jack Dorsey here, CEO of Twitter, telling us all that they're kind of a platform, but they also decide to censor things. This is a big part of cancel culture. We used to be told that they weren't going to have any bias in this. What do you think's really going on here? Is Silicon Valley and the rest of the tech giants, are they going to try to clean up their act, or do we need to have new platforms?
I think we need to have new platforms, 100%. I think that they're not going to cancel everyone out because it's not good for business for them. You know, half of America has voted a different way than they would like them to. At least half. We're doing a recount right now. But we know that it's not good for business for them to just suddenly cancel the celebrities that a whole group of people look up to. It's just not good for advertising. However, if you want to be able to say whatever you want to say, you should probably find a platform like Parler. Parler has had an insane reach. The exact same video I posted on Instagram, I posted on Parler at the same time. Instagram got to 200,000 people. Parler got to 1.3 million. So when you're not censoring people, the stuff just goes.
Have you felt like there's been a lot of that going on stretching back for years? I mean, I know you built your brand, your career a lot on YouTube. Have you been aware of this for a long time, but everyone just had to pretend like it was, first rule of censorship on YouTube is no one talks about censorship on YouTube?
100%, just like Fight Club. It's been happening for years. I actually got in a tiff with Facebook about a year ago over a joke that was very clearly satire, very clearly using comedic devices and literary devices. My joke was aimed at no one in particular. It was like an invisible target, but they still said it could constitute hate speech. And I went at it with them with their lawyers and their whole, ethics group. And I saw this coming. I'm like, they're just starting to take out comedians left and right over jokes, but not comedians who are very liberal. So I saw it coming.
I was going to ask, that's something that I've posed to liberal friends of mine in the political commentary space. They always say, it's not about bias against conservatives. And the immediate response one should give them is, tell me your liberal friend with a following online who has been banned for anything other than actual doxing or threatening to kill somebody. Always no answer.
It doesn't happen. I actually prepared for Facebook a list of other comedians who said jokes almost identical to mine, but on different topics, including Kevin Hart, Jim Jeffries. Jim Jeffries had a hilarious joke, and he was saying something along the lines of, we need to kill this person specifically, kill this. And he was doing this whole bit, and Facebook promoted it, but it was okay because he was on a liberal network.
Yeah, we see this happening all the time on all these different platforms. Now, finally, I feel like it's out there for all to see because of the Hunter Biden story suppression, where Jack Dorsey had to basically tell people, yeah, we treated it like hack material, even though it wasn't. We did get an apology from Dorsey, though, on an active member of the well, not us, but one day, but an active member of the Trump administration who runs, I believe he's the chief of either Border Patrol or Customs and Border Patrol. But here's Dorsey, it was Customs and Border Protection. Here's Dorsey apologizing for censoring what he says. Play it.
Can you tell me, in one sentence, what exactly is hateful about Commissioner Morgan's tweet that I just read?
Well, we evaluated this tweet again, and we found that we were wrong. That was a mistake, and it was due to the fact that we had heightened awareness around government accounts during this time. So that was a mistake. We reverted it.
The mistakes, Nicole, always seem to go in one direction. You have the chief of CBP. Effectively, the tweet was, I think, that walls are effective for border security purposes. That was marked as hate speech, and they pulled it down.
Wow, that's fancy. That's like, I saw Candace Owens today, a video she was in was pulled from YouTube as hate speech because she said men and women are different, something along those lines, like
Ooh,
men aren't
yes.
women, women aren't men. Facts and science are apparently negotiable now. But the fun part is that you and I could joke about it and we understand how ridiculous it is. But there is a growing number of people who don't get just how stupid they sound doing things like this.
And there's
if you
also
don't sound exactly like me, get it out of here. But hate
There
speech
was-
is wrong. Tolerance.
there was this time when they would always fall back on it's the algorithm. We'd always hear it's the algorithm, right? That was the explanation they would give us. But then things would happen like, do you remember this one? Twitter for a while had a policy where if you told a journalist who, and these are all liberal journalists, who had just been fired from his job to learn to code, you would be suspended. That was the thing. I've never forgotten that because that was one of those times when they really showed us, oh, this is about protecting your buddies who live next to you in Park Slope in Williamsburg. Like, oh, okay, this is really something else now. This isn't the algorithm. But you do not only all this online commentary and are operating on these platforms, as a comedian, it feels to me like comedians are on the forefront of trying to fight back against cancel culture. I've done Bill Maher's show a bunch of times, and even he will say that cancel culture stuff makes comedy not fun. And so comedians seems like they're the only ones who can push back. Is that beginning to happen as we get these new platforms? Like, will Parler allow for greater comedic freedom and therefore greater political freedom in your mind after that?
100%. And, I've been saying this all week on different shows to different people. I think comedy is coming back. I think the new wave of comedians are so not woke. The ones that they've been around for years but maybe haven't popped yet, they're going all out. I think there's going to be a comedy boom like the 80s because when things get so crazy and tight and stringent and you can't say this, that's exactly when we come in to say it. And it's not just myself. There's like a freaking roster of rock star comics that are coming out of this nonsense.
You think
it's
that
like the rising of the comedic phoenix.
Do you think the Dave Chappelle series that came out, or the special that came out, what was it now, maybe a little over a year ago, was he part of that vanguard? Who do you think now is willing to push the boundaries of actual comedy?
Oh, I think everyone should be tuning into people like Ryan Long, if you don't know him yet, Chris DiStefano, Andrew Schultz is a lot of fun. John Crist is a lot of fun. He's like more of a Christian comic, but the last few weeks he's just been going at it on the political stuff in a really edgy way. Follow me, obviously, please and thanks. But I think there's going to be a lot of comics that people didn't know before that they're going to know real quick.
Can you tell us when the Nicole Arbour next project might be airing, the next show? Give us an estimate.
I have new videos all of the time on my Instagram. So I be Nicole Arbour and on Parler. And then my actual show, it looks like it's launching in January. So that'll be fun if I don't get canceled before then, right? Just kidding. They can't cancel me.
That's right. Uncancelable. That would be a great name for a show.
I am uncancelable. They've tried 10 times. Yeah.
There we go. Nicole Arbour, everybody. Follow her if you're not already. Nicole, have a great weekend. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too. Nice to see you.
Hey, Team Buck, just want to say thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more great content from The First, please click that subscribe button.